Let's talk about assignment number 8. Assignment number 8A is the program where we moved a black circle on a white background. It's lovely, but it's a bit dull. It would be nice if we could load some images in to make this far more interesting. So what you can do is find yourself some images. I have a fairly simple background that I drew in Paint and a person that I found on the internet and saved in the same file as my Move Circle program. You'll have to make sure you know what the endings look like. I'm wondering if I can change that so it looks different. Well, I know that mine are PNGs. So just make sure you're able to figure out what the ending is. There it is. It tells me it's a PNG file. And this one is a PNG file. So create a couple of images, load them in your file, exact same place as your program. Then, going to go to the program, and just after we've clicked where the colors are, we're going to load the background. I called my background image, the code to load it, pygame.image.load, and the name of it. Mine was background. We saw it was a PNG, and that will load the image into the program. Be very careful. Do not load it in the while loop. It takes a while to load images, and if you do it in the while loop, it continually loads them. Very annoying. It'll slow your program down. So load it just after the colors. We know it'll happen once. Then we'll move down here. You want to put your image on the screen. So instead of erasing the background by filling it with white, we're going to redraw that blue and green background. So screen.blit puts the background image on the screen, putting the top left-hand corner at 0, 0. Let's see what that looks like. So there's the blue and green background, top left-hand corner at 0, 0. Unfortunately, it doesn't go all the way. Rather than experiment with the image, after you have loaded an image, you can scale it to anything you want. So I've made my image scale to the exact same size as the screen. The way we do it, we called it background image. Pygame.transform.scale will allow you to scale any image you want to any size you want. What does that look like? That's better. So our image has been scaled to fit the screen. Be careful if you get something in Paint and you scale it too much, it'll look a little bit fuzzy, but this works really well. So our background looks better. Let's get a new image for the object. I'm going to load my person. So same code, pygame.image.load, name of image, and I'm putting it in person. This convert, we'll talk about that in a bit. Now, instead of the circle, we're going to blit the person on the screen. Very much like the background, screen.blit, name of image, top left-hand corner. So screen.blit person image, and the top left-hand corner will be XY. So just like the circle had an XY to allow it to move, our image has an XY that allows it to move. Let's see what that does. So there's our image. Not very big, a little bit strange the background, and certainly far too high. So let's make it better. What else could we do? We could, I didn't mean to put that back in. We could scale the image. So now it's 100 by 100. And here's what the convert was all about. Remember that pretty ugly green in the background? If we convert and set the color key green, it will eliminate the green and it'll make your image transparent. This works really well when you know what the color was in the background and it's one single color. So now we have a person moving across the screen. Let's make it a little bit better. It's a shame to have them flying up in space. I wonder if they need to be further down. So I've just changed the Y value to 300, and let's see what happens next. So now we have someone walking. That's much better. So again, your job, find a background. Make sure your background appears in the same place as your program. Make sure you know what the ending is. Mine's a PNG. Load your image, give it a useful name. The code for loading, pygame.image.load, name of image. Blit the image on the screen where you want it. Generally 0, 0, top left-hand corner for backgrounds, generally X, Y for objects so that we can move them. Feel free to scale your images so that it's a size that you like. And if you need to get rid of a background on the front image that's moving, convert will work as long as you have one single background and you know, in this case, the numbers for the background. Sometimes I take it to paint and I just paint it with a color that I know the RGB values for, the red, green, blue. So you're on with assignment 8. You should enjoy yourselves, and after that, we're going to make ourselves a movie.